Hey, welcome everyone. Today we're diving deep into this fascinating world of the metaverse in blockchain. It's like um, a whole new universe that's being built on digital assets and decentralized tech.
Yep, absolutely. So when we say metaverse, it's not just a buzzword, right? It's a space that originally comes out of Neil Stephenson's Snow Crash.
Exactly. It's like a digital realm that goes beyond our regular internet, a space that mixes virtual reality, augmented reality, and sometimes even gaming elements.
Yeah. And one key thing is how blockchain weaves into this idea, right? It's not just about visuals or experiences.
Right? The blockchain side adds that whole dimension of security, decentralization, and digital ownership. It's like without blockchain, you might get a cool virtual world, but you'd miss out on owning your digital assets securely.
Exactly. I mean, think of it. Virtual lands on platforms like Decentraland or the Sandbox, where people buy digital real estate using cryptocurrencies. That's a game changer.
Totally. And it's like, each of these virtual worlds can have their own economy, currency, like Decentraland uses mana and the Sandbox uses
Right?
sand.
The idea of a fully functioning economy in a digital universe is mind-blowing. It's not just playing a game, it's actual economic activity with creation, investment, and even trading of assets.
Yep, exactly. And that's what sets apart the metaverse from traditional gaming worlds. Traditional virtual worlds might be very engaging, but they often lack that deep economic layer where you truly own, buy, or sell assets securely.
That's true. But then there are also some misconceptions, right? Not every virtual world is metaverse.
Right? Um, that's an important point. A metaverse isn't just a game or a virtual reality experience, it's more about an ongoing, persistent online environment with real time interactions. It's like not every digital hangout qualifies as the metaverse.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, things like a standard video game or even something like Second Life are more like early or proto-metaverse experiences.
Precisely. They introduce the idea, but they don't fully deliver on the full immersion and economic structuring that a metaverse built on blockchain aims for.
Yep, true. Speaking about economic structuring, the use of crypto assets is key. How do you see that playing out in these virtual realms?
Ah, great question. So, crypto lets users transact quickly and securely. For instance, say you're at a virtual concert or buying digital art, the blockchain ensures that these transactions are immutable and trusted.
Absolutely. That secure transaction is a big selling point. Right, and it also streamlines microtransactions. I mean, if you're buying something in a virtual world, traditional payment methods might lag, but blockchain-based payments are super quick.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like it opens up a whole new market for virtual goods and experiences. Think about it: digital clothing, concert tickets, even
Absolutely, it's
virtual real
revolutionary.
estate.
Now, there's also some debate on whether the metaverse can have one unified digital identity. What's your take on that?
It's an interesting issue. While having a unified digital identity would simplify things, the reality is that different platforms want to hold on to their own ecosystems.
I see what you're saying, yeah. That sounds like a recipe for fragmentation, doesn't it? Users might have separate identities across different platforms.
Exactly, and that ties into the idea of interoperability. The true metaverse might require, or rather benefit from, a kind of standardization across platforms. But achieving that is another battle altogether.
Right? There's no easy fix for that. And with major players like Meta, Microsoft, Nvidia, and even Epic Games pushing forward, there's a lot of competing visions. How do you reconcile that?
That's the million-dollar question. On one hand, you've got tech giants investing huge sums to create closed immersive ecosystems. On the other, there are these open source community-driven projects trying to push interoperability. It's a bit like a tug of war over control of the digital space.
Exactly. It's definitely a tug of war. I find it fascinating that even consumer brands like Gucci or Coca-Cola are dipping their toes in, selling digital-only accessories and tokens.
Yeah, it's like they're hedging on a future where virtual presence is as meaningful as physical presence.
Correct. That blurs the line between physical and digital lifestyles. I also read that companies are concerned about setting standards, so people don't always switch between different metaverse platforms. It's kind of chaotic now.
Absolutely. Imagine trying to keep track of different currencies, identities, and digital assets across various platforms. It would be chaos. So, standardization and open
Right?
protocols
Without
are
a common
essential.
standard, it's too fragmented. And what about the concerns regarding security and data breaches? With everything online, aren't these issues just amplified in the metaverse?
You nailed it. Security is a huge factor. Since the metaverse is built on blockchain, its unhackability is one of its killer features. But even then, if vulnerabilities are exploited, they could have massive consequences.
Yeah, that's the double-edged sword. So while blockchain can help with secure transactions, there's still a lot of work needed on preventing potential breaches in a vastly interconnected environment.
Exactly. Plus, the technical complexity increases when you try to combine VR, AR, digital identity, and crypto payments. It's like a massive jigsaw puzzle, and every piece
Yes,
needs to fit
indeed.
perfectly.
And challenging that complexity might even slow down the universal adoption, right?
Possibly, yes. While the potential economic benefits are enormous, some estimates say virtual reality and augmented reality could boost the global economy by trillions by 2030. The roadmap is still
True,
quite
innovation
uncertain.
often comes with bumps in the road. Now, earlier you mentioned something about how the metaverse isn't just about gaming or apps, but it's a whole different paradigm from the traditional internet. Can you unpack that a little?
Sure, the key here is that it's a persistent, synchronous, and real-time environment. Unlike, say, a shopping mall online where things are segmented, the metaverse is a continuous existence. Everyone's in it simultaneously, and actions in one part can reverberate elsewhere.
Yes, it's almost like sharing one living space digitally. That's a powerful concept. It's as if the digital world becomes as dynamic and, say, unpredictable as the real world.
Exactly. And with features like digital asset ownership and real-time blockchain transactions, it's not just a mimic of reality, but a new realm with its own rules, economics, and cultures.
Truly fascinating, yeah. But there's a critique here. Some argue that the heavy involvement of tech giants could lead to a centralized vision rather than a truly open, decentralized metaverse. What do you think?
I see that point. While decentralized standards are ideal, powerhouses like Meta and Microsoft have the resources to push their versions hard. There's a risk that the metaverse could become a walled garden where interoperability is limited.
Exactly, that could stifle innovation. Right, and that tension between corporate dominance and open community-led projects will probably be one of the biggest challenges moving forward.
Absolutely. It's like the classic battle of centralized control versus decentralization. For the metaverse to truly reach its full potential, there needs to be a balance.
Exactly, balance is key. And then there's the whole practical side, like VR headsets and AR tools. Companies are still ironing out how to make these experiences accessible and truly immersive, right?
Yes, indeed. While the tech is advancing, the hardware needs to catch up too. Products like the Oculus Quest 2 and Apple's rumored devices are steps in the right direction, but we're still at an early phase relative to the grand
Tech
vision.
cycles can be long. So if you had to sum up, what's the key takeaway for someone looking into the metaverse in blockchain?
Well, the big picture is that the metaverse represents a paradigm shift in how we interact online, blending immersive experiences with secure, decentralized economic systems. It's an evolving ecosystem where blockchain is a critical ingredient for trust and vitality, but many hurdles remain, like standardization, hardware access, and balancing centralized
Absolutely, that's
versus
a thorough
decentralized
take.
forces.